producing countries with affluent buyers in developed markets. So basically, we want to help small guys to launch international brands. So as you know, like there are major companies that control most of the food we eat, and not all the food is healthy, right? On the other hand, you see these small farmers that making a little money, right? This is like a far sides of the same thing. So we came, and on the other hand, you see the global agri-food market, and right, some key numbers like the market is really big. 1.6 is the Asian trade is a global business, historically big. If you look at e-commerce, if you look at in the e-commerce space, you will see that Amazon since last year, the biggest category growth is food and beverage, which among other all categories, like there's a big concentration on the food. So we are more mission-driven startup, and our mission is to enable agri-food entrepreneurs to get what they really deserve. So we are helping many small guys in emerging markets. And on the other hand, we're also taking care of consumers. So we think they should enjoy a long and healthier life. So we focus on more organic products. So this is the landscape, and there are many companies kind of in the intersection of what we are doing. Nobody doing as much as we do right now, as we started as a consulting company initially and looking to scale this. We are still pivoting kind of. So what we're going to do, as I said, we connect these guys in food commodity markets, right, and the high purchase power markets. We focus on data analytics. We help with design. We help with certification of products. And also we will focus on logistics and management. We will outsource like things like food certification, help with packaging, help with processing. So basically, like some farmer with apples, we help them to find solutions and start the product in farmer in Vietnam with mango, launching a brand in the US. This looks like a paradise for him, but something unbelievable, but it's real, and that's what we are doing. So usually you see that people think of building factories, and it takes them many years before they get into the shelf supermarkets, right? And what we are doing less than 1 year, we focus on analyzing what consumer actually needs in, I'm just getting to use this. So what consumer actually needs in e-commerce space first, then we focus on building the direct-to-consumer brand, going through Amazon actually, because Amazon is a good place to start, and the US is the biggest market. The rest of the things we just outsource. So like, as I said, processing, packaging, focusing on the US market, and then going to other markets. So right now, as we said, as a consulting, we are continuing to further, and we think we would focus on things like crowdfunding. So we will connect agri-food entrepreneur, giving them some stake in the business so they can get more value out of supply chain. And also, we will have a capital partner. Porta will do the rest of the work, starting from data analytics, brand development, packaging, product logistics, e-com, and big retail launch, starting from the US market. A lot of work, but always real to execute. We have a pretty big team right now. It's more mission-driven people. Saken is my partner here and co-founder. We also Tim Dudley and some people in the US helping us from Walmart, and some people with PhDs in microbiology. So we have a pretty big team. It's not on payroll, but they are helping us on specific projects. Okay, so we have launched a few brands already. We have a pipeline of other products that we are working on. We started from Ukraine, and I'm working in South Asia, for example, like Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia. So we have some progress. Right now we are at the early stage here. By September right now we will be raising more money, and then we go forward. So this is for now. We are part of Under. We came as a team. We also raised some money before coming to Singapore on Skype from Singaporean investor. It was a miracle, but it was real. So we are it happens. So we have a good backup already, but we're moving forward with our venture.
Time is out.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. I will probably start from asking the first question. Raise your hands if it was not clear what the company is doing. Everybody got it? Okay, so what was not clear? Because the feedback is not just about business model validation, all of that stuff, but also the message.
So at first I thought you guys were connecting producers of agriculture directly to consumers, but by the end of the presentation it looked like you're helping brands be created in developing markets and go straight to consumer. I don't know if it's one, other, or both, but some clarification there would help.
Okay, I'll start. Maybe I'll just. So basically, we are helping. We are helping the guys, small entrepreneurs in starting from Ukraine. If you see somebody who has plenty of apples, right? And during the season, he needs to sell them at 4 cents per kilo. If you go here in supermarket, you will see 1 apple per $1, right? So even if it's fresh product, it's a big difference. But if you go further and analyze what is going on in e-commerce right now and see that there are a few options that with much higher margins, for example, apple chips or apple puree or fruit leather, and you see trends with a healthy product that you can help to create a new trendy product, and the margin will be much higher. So we are going through the whole supply chain to launching the brands, of course, and we're using raw material and converting them into brands.
So who are the brand owners? Are they? It sounds like you have the suppliers of the raw materials, but then you also have small businesses that create these packaged products.
Right, so we're still kind of in the testing phase right now, so we are engaging some agri-food producers, seeing exactly where we can add value to the chain. Right now, we're starting to see there's a lot more manufacturers that are trying to just export their goods out, but they don't have the proper branding, marketing, design. So that's the type of people we're also trying to help. So we're kind of focusing on both right now, both the commodity producers, as well as the manufacturers who are kind of taking that raw material and making it into products. We're still trying to figure out which is the best market to target. Right now, we're only really working with the people that are really manufacturing a product, not really the raw commodity, producers. That's definitely an area we do want to help. We do want to help from the initial stage, and then kind of help them vertically integrate their supply chain and get them exporting out. But regarding your first question, that's a great feedback. I think we say connecting, but we're not in the marketplace. So just to kind of clarify, we're not a marketplace. We're actually, so maybe connecting might be misleading, or not misleading, but may not be the right word for it. But basically, we're kind of a platform to help these producers, manufacturers create global brands, help them, kind of go from start to finish, help them, capture more of the supply chain and add more to products. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of work, as you see, and we are building cases more as a consulting company, right? Right now, we're looking how to scale this. There are so many elements where you can start. So the solution we came together right now is probably we'll do a crowdfunding where we basically get, say, Singaporean investor and entrepreneur from Vietnam and launch their first brand in the US. It's kind of very international, but it's the best options what you can see. Where you have a capital, you have entrepreneur who wants to export and get access to the best consumers, and then you have a market, which is the best to start. If you launch a brand in the US, then coming to retail, then coming to UK much easier as a US brand.
Yeah, question in the back. Can you discuss the mic?
First of all, I just want to say that I really appreciate what you guys are doing, especially because I think there's a social good kind of aspect to it. But maybe just take some of my feedback because I was a little bit confused during your presentation. It might be due to the slides having a lot of information at one go, and you are presenting at a relatively faster pace. So if we don't understand, then we can't really kind of appreciate what you're doing. And then my brain just got stopped like a brick wall because I was at the understanding phase, and you were trying to get us to appreciate how significant your product or your service or system is now. So I I think that you might want to slow down and enunciate certain things you want to emphasize and really make it simple for us, especially for me, because you have probably spent a lot of time on the slides and you know it inside out. The next slide, probably some word or text here and there, you probably know what it is. But for me, because it's the first time I'm looking at it, and I'm not sure if another investor will be for the first time looking at it as well, what would be the main takeaway, like just one thing that you want them to remember about what you're doing? So I think that would help a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for the feedback, and we're definitely gonna, we have had that feedback a lot, so we're gonna cut down on the kind of text on our slides. Definitely kind of try to make it more concise. So, no, thank you for the feedback. Yes.
Sorry, even when you look at the broader picture, right, it still looks like consulting. So I think you guys have to think about what will be the first tangible thing that you're gonna bring to the table? We're gonna consolidate and deal with the logistics of 10 different farmers in that region, and then we can cut their costs, right? I think about what can be offered that will be beyond the consulting side. Right?
What I really wanted to see was how this farmer's life has been transformed as a result of your work.
Can you answer it right now?
The former staff, I haven't.
Yeah, I think we've been working with quite a few, and when you show them the strategy, right, when you do analysis, they see the big difference. They have to sell their product when there's a season. And you see some entrepreneurial farmer that actually have access to huge resources of specifically mango, coconut, or apple, right? And then you show them what's happened really in the marketplace, in e-commerce, how dynamic it is. They get excited, especially entrepreneurial people. Like they see like huge difference in margin, and then our first case is help us to get their trust and believe that it's real, you can sell. It's not a problem to get FDA certification, which we are doing, right? And all these elements is just a process work. So while we are learning right now in all these stages, we also building partners for ourselves to automate further. So yes, it's a consultant initially, and that's why we're transforming right now into more technology, where we take in some elements, and then going further.
Okay. And one small feedback is that you all see where the camera is, right? And it's going to help the next presenter. When you were presenting, first you were looking more at the deck, at the screen, than addressing the audience, which also gives certain impression. Okay. More questions? Because again, we want to be fair to them. It's the first time when they presented publicly. That's another story. It's like what's in progress.
Let's get excited. Ask some questions. I gave the microphone to Saken, so.
Yeah.
First, thank you very much. I think it's a really, really good work. Just a small feedback. Just to make it very simple, I give an example. Because when the lady asked the question and the answer was very, very long, we need to do this. Just try to think about it. I think it's more the communication, how you want to put it in your branding. Just what would be one sentence to explain what you do, because that's it. That will help. Because if you put a lot, then people can kind of break. It's difficult to follow. Yeah. Just keep it simple. Simple is easier. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Done. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.